Hi everyone, I'm Karen, a pediatric physical therapist at Chicago Children's Hospital. Life can change in an instant. One moment you're celebrating your brother's upcoming baby, and the next. Well, let me start from the beginning, back when everything still seemed perfect. These progress reports are looking great, Karen, Dr. Martinez says, flipping through my patient files in our bright office overlooking Lake Michigan. John's walking has improved significantly. Thanks, Dr. M. His determination amazes me. Did you see him tackle those parallel bars yesterday? I've been thinking of John's triumphant smile. I love my work. Helping kids overcome physical challenges is more than a job. It's a calling. My desk is cluttered with thank you drawings from patients. Stick figures walking, running, playing. Each one represents a victory hard-earned. Hey, superstar. My best friend Lauren pokes her head in. Ready for lunch? I need details about Jack and Linda's baby shower. My younger brother Jack and his wife, Linda, are expecting their first child, and I've been helping plan the shower, while juggling my husband Matthew's strong opinions about my family. Remember, the fundraiser's next Friday. I remind Lauren as we walk to the cafeteria. I got several local businesses to donate items for the silent auction. You're always thinking of others. How's handling all this volunteer work? I pause, recalling Matthew's reaction when I mentioned organizing the fundraiser. His smile hadn't quite reached his eyes. You know Matthew, he's busy with his real estate projects. Speaking of which, did I tell you about his latest presentation? He had this huge model, and right as he started his speech, a maintenance worker knocked it over. But Matthew handled it so smoothly. Lauren laughs, though her eyes remain cautious. She's never fully warmed to Matthew, but she tries for my sake. Later, back in my office, my phone buzzes. A text from Linda. Can we talk? Rough day. Of course. Coming over after work. Ice cream emergency? You're the best sister-in-law ever. I smile, but it fades as another text comes in from Matthew. We need to discuss some things. Don't be too late. A knot tightens in my stomach. I quickly reply, working late, then stopping by Jack and Linda's. 3 dots appear, then vanish. Then again, we need to talk. Whatever he wants to discuss can wait. The late February chill bites as I hurry into Jack and Linda's suburban home. Linda's texts have worried me, missing her usual cheerful emojis. I found messages on his phone, she whispers, her hands protectively cradling her baby bump. Jack's been talking to someone. Before I can respond, my phone lights up with alerts from our joint bank account. Matthew has moved significant funds without discussing it. We'll figure this out, I assure Linda, though I'm mentally calculating the missing money. Jack says they're just friends from work. But Karen, the messages. A knock at the door interrupts. Matthew stands there, smiling, too broadly. Hope I'm not interrupting. Linda, mind if I borrow my wife? In the car, his tone shifts. The fundraiser is becoming a problem. Karen, you're spending too much time at the hospital. I need my wife focusing on our life, not playing superhero to every sad story in Chicago. At home, I notice my laptop is missing. Looking for something, Matthew holds it up. I had to check some emails. Found some interesting financial records from a hospital fundraiser. You went through my work files. Just making sure everything's proper. Speaking of proper, did you know your brother takes long lunches with his new marketing coordinator? Jessica. Jack mentioned her last month. But the way Matthew says it, the weeks blur. Matthew questions every receipt, every text, every minute I'm not home. The fundraiser becomes a minefield of accusations, despite spotless records. Then comes the baby shower. While I help Linda arrange the gifts, Matthew taps his glass. I'd like to share something special about our growing family, he announces, his tone off. Our dear Jack and Linda are expecting their first child, such a blessing. Almost makes you forget about those afternoon meetings at the Grand Hotel with Jessica. Right, Jack? The room falls silent. Linda's hand trembles as she drops a gift. And what's even more interesting, Matthew continues, pulling out his phone, is how Karen helped cover it up. These text messages between siblings are quite enlightening. The messages Matthew shows are edited, conversations about the fundraiser twisted to make it look like I helped Jack cover up his affair. In the chaos that follows, no one notices Matthew slip Linda's phone into his pocket, the phone with the real messages, the ones proving I had warned her about my suspicions. You knew? My mother's voice cracks, her eyes burning with betrayal. You kept this from us. No, Karen's good at keeping secrets. Matthew cuts in smoothly. Like those hospital fundraiser records she's been doctoring. The room erupts. Through my teeters, I see Lauren trying to reach me, but my family forms an impenetrable wall. Their accusations blur together. Linda runs out, and Jack chases after her. In the center of it all, Matthew stands, playing the role of the concerned husband with practiced ease. What they don't realize, what he doesn't realize, is that his perfect performance is about to backfire spectacularly. Because while he was digging through my laptop, I found something on his desktop, something that could shatter his carefully constructed facade. 3 days later, I'm in my office organizing patient files when Lauren rushes in, her face pale. Karen, Linda's in the ER. Pregnancy complications from stress. At Northwestern Memorial Hospital, I find my family in the waiting room. Mom turns her back on me. Dad stares at the floor. Only Jack looks up, his face drawn with worry. The doctor says she needs complete bed rest, he whispers. Then hesitantly, Karen, about Jessica. Those messages Matthew showed. Before he can finish, a stern woman in a business suit approaches. Mrs. Reed. I'm Amanda Torres, Illinois Financial Crimes Task Force. We need to discuss your husband's recent property dealings. My family watches, stunned, as I follow her to a private room. She spreads photos across the table. Matthew at construction sites, shaking hands with suspicious men. Your husband's latest development project is a front for money laundering, she explains. We've been tracking unusual transactions, including movements from your joint account. My hands shake as I open my laptop. I found something too. I show her the files from Matthew's desktop, spreadsheets with inflated costs, fake contractors, and millions in missing funds. But one name stands out, Jessica Martinez, listed as a consultant receiving large payments. That's my brother's supposed mistress, I say, my voice tightening. But these payments started months before she was hired at his company. Later that evening, back in my office, I discover my fundraiser files untouched. Matthew's accusations, pure manipulation. My phone buzzes. Lauren. Found something weird in Linda's medical records. Call me. Before I can respond, Matthew storms in. The fundraiser's canceled. I've informed the hospital board about potential mismanagement. You mean like your mismanaged development project? I counter. His confident smile falters. Karen, remember who your family believes. Speaking of family, I press. How long has Jessica really been under payroll? His eyes narrow. You're upset. Imagining things. Just like your brother's wife did. Did you know she's claiming stress-induced complications? Your poor family, dealing with all this drama you've caused. Before I can respond, Dr. Martinez enters, holding a thick folder. Karen, I've been reviewing the implementation dates for your patient care protocols. Interesting how they match the fundraiser timelines your husband questioned. Matthew stiffens as she continues. The board was impressed with your work. They're expanding the program to all Chicago pediatric centers. That night, Lauren hands me security footage she secretly copied from the Grand Hotel. We watch as Matthew, not Jack, meets Jessica in the lobby. The pieces click into place. Matthew orchestrated everything, from hiring Jessica at Jack's company to fabricating the affair evidence. My phone lights up with a text from Jack. Linda told me about threatening messages she got before the shower. They came from a blocked number, but she kept screenshots. Another message follows from Amanda Torres. Multiple witnesses coming forward of the development project. Meeting tomorrow. In my tiny apartment, I'd moved out the night of the shower. I spread everything across the kitchen table. Financial records, Linda's screenshots, hotel footage, and a USB drive with Matthew's desktop files. The truth assembles like a puzzle, each piece exposing his elaborate scheme. What Matthew doesn't know is that tomorrow, during his big presentation to potential investors, all of Matthew's careful manipulations were about to spectacularly unravel. The best part? He orchestrated his own downfall by underestimating the very people he tried to destroy. Turn on Channel 5. Lauren bursts into my office, breathless. They're covering everything, the money laundering, the fake contractors, even Jessica's role as a paid imposter. I quickly switch on the TV. There it is, Matthew's crimes laid bare for all of Chicago. The morning's investment presentation had gone exactly as planned. While Matthew confidently pitched his latest development project to investors, Agent Torres and her team waited in the wings, ready to strike. My phone buzzes. It's a text from Linda. In labor, get to Northwestern Memorial now. Hours later, I'm holding my new niece while Linda rests peacefully. Jack hasn't let go of her hand since the delivery. Karen, Jack's voice cracks, his eyes filled with gratitude. Those screenshots Linda saved. I can't believe Matthew hired Jessica to pretend. We were so blind. What matters is the truth came out, I say, squeezing his shoulder. I glance at the baby in my arms and smile. How's my favorite niece doing? Linda smiles weakly. We're naming her Hope, because you never lost it, even Mummy doubted you. Mom and Dad arrive, awkwardly hovering in the doorway until Dad steps forward. Princess, we saw the news. All those fake documents Matthew planted about the fundraiser. The edited messages, his voice breaks. We should have trusted you, Mom adds, tears streaming down her face. Weeks fly by. While Matthew faces federal charges, I pour myself into my work. The new rehabilitation centers across Illinois help twice as many children as before. My team grows from 3 therapists to 15. One afternoon, while helping John master his new prosthetic leg, I get an unexpected visitor. Jessica. She hesitates, then steps forward. I'm testifying against Matthew. He threatened my family if I didn't go along with his scheme. I'm so sorry. You're doing the right thing now, I say, watching John proudly walk the parallel bars. The final blow to Matthew's reputation comes during his sentencing. The judge reads victim statements not just from defrauded investors but from families who lost their homes due to his predatory schemes. Your Honor, I testify, my voice steady. While Matthew accused me of mismanaging hospital charity funds, he was stealing from Chicago's most vulnerable citizens. 6 months later, I'm delivering the keynote speech at a pediatric rehabilitation conference in Boston. My innovative therapy programs are being adopted nationwide. Linda and baby Hope sit in the front row, while Jack records proudly on his phone. As I step off the stage, Lauren nudges me. Look who made the news again, she says, showing me her phone. It's Matthew, in an orange jumpsuit, heading to federal prison. That evening, celebrating with my family at a restaurant overlooking Boston Harbor, I realized something profound. Matthew tried to destroy everything I cared about, but instead he made me stronger. My relationship with my family is deeper than ever. My career is flourishing. Most importantly, I'm helping more children overcome challenges every day. To new beginnings, Dad says, raising his glass of water. He includes Jessica in the toast, acknowledging her role in our healing journey, a reminder that redemption is possible for those who choose truth over deception. Looking around at the faces of my family, friends, and colleagues, I know now, the best revenge isn't about destroying others. It's about building something beautiful from the ashes of betrayal. Back in my Chicago office, watching children master their physical therapy goals, I reflect on how life has transformed. Matthew's 10-year prison sentence ensures he can't hurt anyone else. The rehabilitation centers across Illinois continue to thrive, helping thousands of families. Mom and Dad now volunteer at our fundraisers, and Jack, Linda, and Hope visit weekly for lunch. What would you do if your spouse deliberately tried to destroy your family relationships through lies and manipulation? Would you gather evidence quietly like Karen or confront them immediately? The choice could change everything. Karen's story shows that patience and strategic thinking can reveal the truth, but is a careful approach better than immediate confrontation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story of justice and redemption, hit like and subscribe for more compelling tales of overcoming toxic people and emerging stronger. New videos every week.